webinar is a collaborative teaching project between a group of Academy of Language Studies lecturer from UiTM Perak branch Tampah campus and UiTM Kelantan branch Machang campus. And apart from me and our speaker, Ms. Wan Nurul Fatihah, we have Madam Raja Nur Hidayah Raja Yaakob, Madam Aziatul Shazwani Azmi, and also Madam Siti Shazlin Razak. And now without further ado, I would like to introduce our speaker, Ms. Wan Nurul Fatihah Wan Ismail. She is a lecturer at UiTM Perak branch and brings with her over 10 years, if I'm not mistaken, 10 years, Ms. Fatihah? Am I right? More than 10 years teaching experience?
Yes, more than 10 years.
Okay, more than 10 years of invaluable teaching experience, and her expertise make her the perfect guide to help you navigate the challenges of online speaking tasks. So if you have any questions, please feel free to type them into the chat box, or you may ask by switch on your microphone, okay, and the speaker will try to address the questions throughout the session. Okay, so now let's all give a warm virtual welcome to Ms. Wan Nurul Fatihah as she takes us through her presentation on online semi-scripted dialogues, OSSD preparation. Over to you, Ms. Fatihah.
Okay, thank you, Miss Ilyani. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everyone. Glad to see you today. My name is Wan Nurul Fatihah binti Wan Ismail, and I will be your speaker or instructor today. Okay, so a brief introduction. I used to teach in UiTM Kelantan branch Machang campus from 2011 until 2014, and after that I started teaching in Tapah. Okay, so today let's begin our talk or our webinar on your speaking assessment. Let me present the slide. Okay, can you see the slide?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, thank you. All right, so from week 11 to week 12, you will begin your speaking assessment, which is called online semi-scripted dialogue. And this is a webinar that we prepared to help you go through the assessment or to help you excel the assessment. Okay, so a brief introduction. I believe many of you have seen the sample questions, or you might have already done practice using that question set. Okay, but we will refresh your mind on the format of the assessment. So this is an online semi-scripted dialogue oral pair work speaking assessment. This paper consists of 3 parts. Task 1, greetings and small talk. Task 2, visual-based description. And then task 3, opinion-based exchange. Okay, so this is a bit different from like what you had last semester, because last semester you had 2 tasks, I believe, and this semester you have 3 tasks. Okay, so just a short revision. Okay, so for task 1 is a greetings and small talk task. You will prepare for 1 minute and then you will respond in 2 minutes. Okay, you will be given a dialogue prompt as you can see on your screen. Okay, they will give you questions. You will not have to worry about how to begin the conversation. They already give you the sentence structure. You can just adapt the sentences a little bit. Okay, and then we have task 2. So task 2 is visual-based description, which is a bit similar to what you had last semester, but last semester what you had was done individually. There is no conversation between you and your partner, but this semester you are going to describe the picture in a form of a dialogue. Okay, so the dialogue prompt is also given to you below, in which besides describing the picture, you are also going to talk about your experiences related to the picture given to you. Okay. Okay, now we have task 3. Task 3 is something that that you didn't have in last semester. Okay, so it's an opinion-based exchange. Okay, and this is quite longer than the other two tasks. And preparation time given is 2 minutes, and response time is 4 minutes. Okay, you will be given the dialogue prompt and a diagram containing four main points of a certain topic. So as you can see in the diagram, the topic is how do you prepare for hiking? You will be given 4 points, and you will have to decide with your partner who's going to take which point and what. Each of you will have to take 2 points and elaborate in the form of a conversation as well. Okay, it is not a presentation, it is a conversation. So there should be turn taking, questions and answering, and whatnot. Okay. Now, let's dig into each task. Okay, the first one is small talk. Okay, I believe this is something that you do on a daily basis, even if you don't know that it is called a small talk. Okay, so what is a small talk? Small talk is a friendly conversation between two people who do not know each other well yet. Okay, between colleagues, between friends, or between family members, or between strangers. Okay, and this friendly conversation allows for you to connect over topics that are generally safe. Okay, such as topics that avoid controversy, embarrassment, or other undesirable reactions. You will also talk about topics that are very light, okay, just to fill in the time, or just to make sure that the situation is not awkward between you and the other speaker. Okay, no matter what your relationship is. Okay. Right. So why do we have small talk? Small talk is a common practice in all languages, not in English only. Okay. In any language, you will have small talk. It is not really it is a linguistic skill, but it's also a social skill. Okay, because you do small talk to build a relationship with the other person. If you don't have any relationship with them, or if you have a relationship with them, then you would further develop your relationship. Okay, so the most common topic that you do or you use in small talks are weather and the current situation. They are go-to topics for initiating small talk with strangers because they provide a neutral and easy starting point for conversation. Why? Because when you are at the same place, you would most probably talk about weather because both of you can see what the weather is like right now. Or if you are outside doing something, doing the same activity as the other person, then you can talk about the activity because you have a common starting point for you to begin the conversation. Okay. And then we also have, while we have small talk with friends and family, they can be more personal. Why? Because you already know them, you already have a relationship with them. Therefore, you can talk about a slightly more personal topics like family, traveling, hobbies, interests, okay, your studies. Okay, by doing this, you will create deeper connections through shared experiences. Okay, again, remember, small talk is not a serious talk. Okay, sometimes you just do small talk without a purpose, but to just talk with that person. Okay, it's a universal practice that goes beyond language barriers, making it an essential skill to develop for effective communication in English and other languages. Okay, am I going too fast?
No, Miss.
Okay. So how do we begin a small talk with strangers? Okay, sometimes you speak with strangers. Okay, no matter if you are an introvert or an extrovert, you can or sometimes you have to speak with strangers. Okay, so when you talk with strangers, small talk can revolve around the weather or the current situation. Okay, for example, isn't the weather nice today? Okay, or it looks like it is going to rain. Okay, without any introduction. Sometimes when you do small talk with strangers, you don't even have to introduce your name or ask for that person's name. You can go straight away to talk about weather. Okay, it looks like it is going to rain. I know, right? Maybe I should have brought an umbrella. So that would be a good or nice to initiate the conversation with that person. Okay. Or you can talk about the current situation. If you are in a queue, you can say, have you been waiting here long? Okay. Or you can say, wow, this line is really long today. So the other person would say something. They wouldn't leave you hanging by right. Okay. So they would say something. So you can keep the conversation going while you are lining up. Okay. Okay, like I said before, when you start a small talk with friends and family, we can talk about something that is deeper than when you talk with strangers. Okay, you can talk about family, but only if you know their family. Okay, if you know that person's parents, then you can ask, how are your mom and dad doing? Or you can ask, how are the kids? Okay, with the background knowledge that you have about that person's family. Okay. You can also talk about travel. Are you looking forward to your trip to Paris, or how was your trip to Paris? If you look at the questions, or the answers even, there will be a hint of familiarity, because friends and family are people that you are familiar with. So you already have a background knowledge of that specific person. For example, you know that your brother went to Paris last month. So maybe your small talk with him would begin with asking him about his trip to Paris. Okay, so this is not uncommon. It's very common to talk about something that you already have a background knowledge of. Okay, or you can also talk about hobbies or interests. Let's say you are talking to a friend that you are not really close to, but you know him or her. So you can talk about or ask about his hobbies or interests. Have you read any good books lately? Are you still going for a run? Okay, like say you know that this person always join a marathon. Okay, then you will ask him, are you still going for a run? Okay, that would be a good starter for the conversation. Then you would later go further and further, talking about marathon, or talking about hobbies or interests of each of you. Okay. Other than that, you can also ask about their studies or classes. How is your English learning coming along? Or are you still playing that football league? Okay. So these are some of the examples of small talk with friends and family. I only give you certain questions. I believe that you have already formed the answers in your mind. Okay. Talking about hobbies. These are simple questions that you do not need to think for a long time to answer. So they are perfect questions for a small talk. Okay, it's not serious. So that's why in your assessment, you are only given 1 minute to prepare. Maybe you can prepare some questions, or maybe you can think of, you don't even have to, I don't think you even have enough time to write down what's in your mind. Okay, you can do it spontaneously. Okay, right? Now, a tips for a good small talk. First, you should have a light-hearted conversation. For your speaking test, do not be too serious. A small talk is a small talk, okay? It's nothing serious. You don't have to worry about being judged of your hobby or something like that. No, you should just do it spontaneously and light-heartedly. Okay, avoid serious and controversial topics like politics, which can cause disagreement and hinder pleasant communication between both of you. So usually a small talk is the beginning of your longer conversation. So if you say something that is not pleasant to hear for the other person, then maybe the conversation wouldn't continue to a longer time. So that's why your small talk must be pleasant and light-hearted. Mm. Okay, if you look at the clip, what are they doing? They are passing the shuttlecock to each other. Okay, this is how a conversation should be. You should pass the baton. You should pass the mic to the other person. You cannot be the only one talking. Okay, this is what we call a conversation. So that's why you have to keep the conversation going using questions and then take turn in asking and answering. So in a conversation, it cannot be one person asking, one person answer. Then the same person will ask, the same person answer. You should take turn. Okay. For example, if candidate A asks the question first, candidate B will answer, and then candidate B asks the same question to candidate A, so candidate A can also talk about his hobby or whatnot. Okay, so you do that. Take turns in asking and answering. Change your role. You cannot be the one who keeps asking or the one who keeps answering the questions. Okay, so that would make your if you do this, I mean, take turns in asking and answering, then your conversation will flow well and then will sound natural, I guess. Okay. Okay, so this is the tips for task one. If you look at the sample question again, sorry. Okay, at the beginning there is greeting. Okay, if let's say you don't know your friend or your partner, you might ask for the name, or you can pretend that you know each other, so you can just you don't have you skip I mean, you don't have to introduce each other, but you can begin your small talk with the topics that we talked about before, for example, weather and whatnot. Okay. Mm. And then after that, oh, sorry. Okay. If you look at the prompt given below, okay, how did you spend your last weekend? And then candidate A will answer something and would ask the same question. What about you? How do you like to spend your weekend? So in the dialogue prompt, they will give you a small topic for you to talk about other than greetings and talking about weather, talking about the current situation. They will give you a small topic to talk about because you have to talk for 2 minutes. Okay. So okay. All right. So you use the dialogue prompt given to you so you can talk further about the topic given. Now it is your chance to speak. You have 2 minutes. You must speak. Do not worry about what hobby do you want to choose to talk about. Just choose any hobby. You have to keep talking. So that's the key for your speaking assessment. You have to keep talking, asking questions, let the other person answers, take turns and whatnot, but you cannot take a long pause. Okay, so this is a light topic talking about how do you spend your last week, how did you spend your last weekend. It's a very light topic, so I think you don't really have to think a lot to answer this question. Okay, just keep the conversation going. Okay, number two, remember to pay attention to the time allocated for task one, which is only 2 minutes. So if the examiner doesn't display a timer, okay, because remember the examiner will be displaying the question, so maybe it's hard to display the timer at the same time. So what you should do is to have your own timer. So when the examiner says that, okay, your time begins now, you also turn on your timer, look at the watch. Okay, and then when the time is almost up, you will end your small talk with a comment rather than goodbyes because you will continue talking in task two. So do not say goodbye, see you again. No. Okay, maybe end the conversation with a simple closing comment. Okay, for example, if your favorite or if what you did last weekend was fishing, then you talk about fishing, you talk about the other person's hobby, and then maybe one day we can go fishing together. You end it at that. Okay, or if that person loves to go to a bakery, okay, you can say that sounds good, I will probably visit that bakery soon. Okay, let's go together. Okay, but you don't say goodbye, see you soon. No. Okay, because you will continue talking in task two. Am I clear? Anyone? Is there any question so far?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Okay, so this is a sample of task 1. Okay, so let's see this video. I want you to pay attention to what they say because this is an example. But after this, I want all of you to prepare for task 1 with your partner. I believe each of you have your partner here in this session. Okay, so you will prepare for a small talk and I will call out randomly for you to present your small talk. Okay. By the way, if the line is lagging, if you cannot see the video, I'll ask the moderator to copy and paste the link for this task 1 on YouTube. They will copy it onto your comment section. So if you cannot watch it here, go and watch on YouTube. But right now, okay?
Hey, hey David, how's it going?
Hi Nazim, I'm good, thanks. How about you?
Doing well, thanks. Have you noticed how crazy the weather's been lately?
Oh, I know. Just last week it was scorching hot, and now it's raining every day. I can't go anywhere without my umbrella.
Same here. I can't keep up with it. It makes it so hard to do anything outdoors.
Tell me about it. It's even affecting my motivation to go to school. Speaking of which, how are your classes going?
They're pretty good, but a bit overwhelming. I have this big project due next week, and I feel like I'm running out of time.
Oh, I feel you. I have a bunch of assignments piling up too. What's your project about?
It's for my writing class. I have to do a presentation on the Industrial Revolution. Lots of research.
Wow, that sounds intense. Well, if you need any help, do let me know, because I've got a pretty good grasp on that topic.
Thanks. I might just take you up on that. I will have to burn the midnight oil this weekend. Speaking of weekends, do you have anything fun to do this weekend?
Actually, yes. A few friends and I are going to try out the new escape room downtown, and I'm really looking forward to it.
That sounds so fun. I've been wanting to try that place. Let me know how it is.
Will do. What about you? Any plans besides studying?
Well, I'm hoping to squeeze in a movie night on Saturday. I need a little break from all this studying.
Well, that sounds perfect. Any movie in mind?
I'm thinking of watching that new superhero movie. I've I've heard good things about it.
Oh, I heard it's really good too. I might have to check it out as well.
You definitely should. It'll be nice to have a bit of fun amidst all this stress.
Absolutely. We all need a little downtime. Maybe I will watch the movie next weekend.
Okay, as you can see, okay, like the tips that I gave you before, the conversation keeps going. So they take turns in asking and answering questions. Okay, they don't end their small talk with goodbyes. Okay, and then they transition from like a small topic to another. Well, okay, which means that when you talk about what to do during weekend nights, okay, you can also transition to another topic. You don't really have to focus on that unless you want to. Okay, even in the sample questions, when you have to talk about how do you like to spend your weekend, you can answer for a few times. But if you want to transition to another topic, you may, because it's a small talk. You can talk about anything you want that is not serious. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so right now I want you to try this out. Oh, sorry, this is not. With your partner. Okay. Since this might be your first time practicing, okay, so I'll give you 5 minutes to prepare with your partner. Prepare a small talk which you will do in 2 minutes. So I'll give you 5 minutes of preparation and you will present for 2 minutes. You can discuss with your partner through WhatsApp or WhatsApp call. Okay, later on I'll call a pair to present. Is that okay with you, everyone? Are you okay? Okay, all right. Okay, so see you in 5 minutes. Okay, I think 5 or 6 minutes is already up. All right. So can I call for Ms. Zarinatun Ilyani students? Anyone? Any volunteer?
Me, Miss.
Okay, so and your partner?
Azmil Noazik.
All right. Is he here?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Can you turn on your camera? Or is it not okay to turn on the camera?
My camera is shattered, broken.
Okay. All right. Never mind. We'll just proceed as it is now. So you have 2 minutes for the small talk. You may begin.
Uh, Hi there, Azmil. How's your day going so far?
Hi YouTube. It's going pretty well. Just finished the project, so I'm feeling really. How about you? Today?
Not too bad, thanks. Just the usual busy day at the office. I'm really looking forward to the weekend, though. Do you have any plans?
Yes, actually, I'm planning to go hiking with some friends on Saturday. There's a new trail we have been wanting to check out. How about you? Any exciting plans?
That sounds very fun. I might just have a relaxing weekend. Maybe catch up on some reading and finally watch that new movie everyone's talking about. Do you hike often?
I try to go as often as I can. It's such a great way to disconnect. Plus, it's a good exercise. Have you been hiking recently?
Well, not recently, but I do enjoy it. Maybe I should plan a hike soon. It's always refreshing to get out of the city for a bit. Do you have a favorite trail?
Definitely. There's this beautiful trail near the lake that I love. It has amazing views and isn't too crowded. You should check it out sometime. What about you? Any favorite spots?
I like the trails up in the mountains. They're a bit challenging, but the views from the top are always worth it. Maybe we can swap trail recommendations sometime.
That sounds like a great idea. Always good to have new place to explore. Well, I should get going, but it was nice chatting with you.
You too. Have a great rest of your day and enjoy your hike this weekend.
Thanks. Enjoy your relaxing weekend. See you around.
Okay, see you. Bye bye.
Okay, very good. Give them an applause. Okay, so yeah, somebody raise their hand. Okay, I think you wanted to clap, right? Okay, so it was good. As you can see, they keep on talking and there is no long pause. Language can be improved, but that's not a big problem because there is no misunderstanding. Okay, if your language is, if you make, even if you make grammatical errors, but if it does not affect your understanding or your partner's understanding, it is still okay. Okay, it's just that you have to be careful to not forget the dialogue prompt. Okay, as you can see, the question was, how did you spend your last weekend? Is okay, you can talk about the upcoming weekend, but you must not forget the one in the prompt. Okay, so you can, if you talk both last weekend and next weekend, it's okay. Okay, and you also transition from one topic to another, a lot of them, but that is also okay as long as you don't forget the one in the prompt. Okay, but you still did a good job, so congratulations. Okay, is there anyone else who wants to volunteer? No. Okay, now we will proceed with task 2. Okay. Okay, task 2 is the visual-based oral description. Okay, like I said before, you will be given a picture and you will be given a dialogue prompt. So your job is to describe the picture, and at the same time, you can also talk about the activity and relate it to your own background. To your own story. Okay, so first thing first is to describe the picture. That's the first thing that you have to do, because the first question is, I would like to show you a picture. What is happening in the picture? Okay, so how do we talk about the picture? Right? Bear in mind that the suitable tenses that you can use is simple present tense or present continuous tense, or even past continuous tense. Okay, because the picture is of an activity that happened in the past. Okay, so the first step is to study the picture. You were given 1 minute to prepare and 3 minutes to talk. Okay, so study the picture first. The picture will be rich in details and offers a variety of elements to discuss. But can you discuss all? Maybe not. Okay, because it will take a long time. So you would have to select a few things to talk about from the picture. Okay, the picture could be a scene from a daily life, a historical event. It can be a picture without people in it. Okay, or it can be a picture full of people. Okay.
Excuse me, Miss Fatiha, we can't
Yeah.
see your slide.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I
Uh-uh.
cannot see the comments. Wait a minute. Can you see it now?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Good. All right, thank you.
Okay. Where were we? Okay. So the first step is to study the picture. But even though there are many details in the picture, you cannot be talking about them all. So you must identify the key elements. Okay. Look at the people, look at objects and activities, and look at the scenery in the picture, and choose which one do you want to elaborate. Okay. For example, in the picture in the previous slide, which is this one. Okay, I think probably the main thing that strikes out in this picture is the activity that they are doing, which is hiking. Okay, and you can also talk about the scenery because it's beautiful. Okay, so elaborate the element that you chose. Okay, what it looks like, what they are doing. Okay, what's the position of the object or people in the picture, etc. Okay, by doing this, you can fulfill the task, which is to describe the picture. And remember that both of you must describe the picture, even if it's just a little. Okay, so make sure that you don't, like candidate A or candidate B, do not describe the whole picture without leaving any chance for the other candidate to elaborate on the picture, to describe. Okay. And then when you describe the picture, you can also give examples. Okay, use comparisons or similes to make your description more vivid. For example, the sky is as blue as a sapphire. So this is your chance to use a lot of vocabs, a lot of words to describe the pictures. So you have to make sure that you use many different vocabs, even though you are talking about the same thing. Okay, because that would show your skills in, or your linguistic ability, your language ability. Okay, and then you may also relate the picture with your own personal experience. For example, in the picture they are hiking. You can have a conversation with your partner, asking them whether they have ever gone on a hiking trip. Okay, and then you can relate the experience to the picture. Okay, let's see. Okay, so how do we relate the experience? Okay, for example, when you describe people, I can see a woman standing near the window. She seems to be in her 30s with short curly hair. If you look at the previous picture, how do you describe the person? Okay, you can see that she is wearing an attire for suitable for hiking. She is wearing a backpack. So when you are having a conversation with your partner, you can say that, oh, when I went to hike before, I also wore the same kind of attire as the man does. Okay, I brought a backpack with necessary equipments and tools to help me during my hike. Okay, so that is how you elaborate, you describe the picture. At the same time, you relate to your experience, you give examples. So that is how you fulfill the task well. Okay, because you don't only describe the picture, you also have to talk about your personal experience. Okay. Okay, relating with it with personal experience. Her focus there reminds me of my mother, who would always look out the window while she was thinking. So the two main things that I think you have to fulfill during this task two, is besides describing, relating to your personal experience, because you have 3 minutes to talk. You cannot just describe the picture in 3 minutes, it won't be enough. So you have to talk about yourself as well, but related to the picture. Okay. So, besides relating to the people, you can also relate your experience regarding the objects. Okay, on the table, I can see there's a vase. It is filled with red roses. Or in the picture before this, what objects do we have? We have the scenery. Okay, we have the sun. It can be a sunrise. It can be a sunset. Okay, we're not sure. We have the mountains. We have the beautiful scenery. We might have a sea, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so you can talk about that. When I went on a hike, I also saw the most or the prettiest sunset in my life, just like the one in the picture. So you are killing two birds with one stone. Why? Because you are describing the picture and you are also elaborating and relating to your own experience. Okay, do you understand so far? Yes.
Yes, Miss.
Okay. All right. Okay. Relate how to describe activities. So the activities that they did was hiking. So you can relate it. So most probably you would the personal experience would relate you to the activity first before you relate to the person. Or it's up to you. It's free. It's not. There is no specific format. I mean you decide the flow of your conversation. Just make sure that you describe the picture and you relate it with your personal experience. Okay, by elaborating and giving examples. So look at the example here. In the picture, I can see a group of children playing soccer in a park. Okay, they are running around happily. Their laughter is filling the air as they chase the ball. So as you can see here, this candidate choose to describe the children or the activities of the children in the park. So you don't have to give all descriptions at one time. Okay, you can just choose one element and describe. Okay, and then elaborate, give example. Their energy is like that of puppies playing in a field. Okay, and then you can relate it with your personal experience. So watching them reminds me of the times I used to play soccer with my friends after school. So if the prompt given to you in the previous topic is about hobby, you can further talk about your hobby here. So in um, after school, your hobbies used to be playing soccer. So you can continue your conversation like that. So as you can see, task one and task two, they can be connected. Okay, but if they don't, it's still okay because it's just a conversation. You can change topic when you have to. Okay. But still don't forget to describe and relate with your personal experience. Okay, you can do the same with describing scenery. It's a picture of beautiful sunset. The sunset paints the sky with shades of orange and pink. The colors blend flawlessly, creating an incredible image that stretches across the horizon. So and then you can give examples. The scene is as beautiful as a masterpiece, like it's painted by a skillful artist. So I think describing pictures, describing your experience is a chance for you to showcase your vocabulary, how good you are, how diverse your vocabulary is. Okay, so paints the sky with shades of orange and pink. That sounds beautiful. Okay, and that shows that you are a good user of English. Okay. But one thing to note is, even if you don't use bombastic words, it's okay. Okay, but just make sure to avoid horrible mistakes like, when you describe the picture, if it's if you know it's a sunrise, then it's a sunrise. Or if you see that it's a sea, then make sure it's a sea, it's not a field or something. So just avoid misunderstanding when you do your speaking test. Okay, relating it with personal experience, this reminds me of the sunsets I've used to watch at the beach during summer vacations. It's so peaceful and nice. Okay, and then you can continue by asking the other candidate a question. What about you? Do you like beaches? Okay, and do you like having a picnic at the beach? Then the conversation will continue. The other person can say, yes, I also like to have a picnic on a beach. I used to blah 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 blah. Okay, I also have seen sunsets as pretty as the one in the picture. Okay, you can add more adjectives to describe your experience. Okay, so that is how you can differentiate good and poor performers. Okay, all in all, for task 2, remember, it is still a conversation. Do not be afraid, do not be nervous. It is a conversation. So the whole task 1 and task 2 is still lighthearted. If you ask me, you don't have to stress too much on it. Okay, and you can practice it every day with your friends. You can talk about literally anything, but in English. That's how you practice. Okay, but remember, avoid saying everything you can think of all at once. Okay, like the description of pictures, not all at once. Maybe take one element, elaborate, give examples, relate to your experience, ask questions, and the other person has the chance to speak as well. Okay, we won't be like counting how many points you have. No. Okay, we just want to see whether you can hold a conversation well or not. Okay, control your pace. There is no rush. It's okay if you cannot describe everything on the picture. You don't have to. You only have 3 minutes, but make sure you hold the conversation well. Okay, you can also use a variety of adjectives as well. So you might want to see how to form a sentence using adjectives, and you might want to study further on different adjectives. Okay, am I clear?
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
Yes, Miss.
All right, so let's look at one example.
I will like to show you a picture. What is happening in the picture?
Oh, it looks like a group of hikers.
Sorry. Miss Yani, can you put the link to the video for the task 2 in the comment section?
I will like to show you a picture. What is happening in the picture?
Oh, it looks like a group of hikers climbing a mountain. They seem to be on a steep trail surrounded by beautiful scenery. You can see the tall trees in the background and a clear blue sky above. The trail looks challenging, but also rewarding, with amazing views all around. Have you done this activity before?
Yes, I have actually. I went hiking last semester with some friends. It was an incredible experience, but also quite demanding. The trail was rocky and steep at times, just like the one in this picture. We also brought suitable clothing. As you can see, the hikers are all wearing sturdy boots, backpacks, and outdoor gears, so they look well prepared for the trek. We had to take frequent breaks to catch our breath and stay hydrated, but the views from the top were worth it. You could see for miles, and the sense of accomplishment was fantastic. How about you? Have you ever gone hiking?
Actually, yes, I have. I went hiking in Gunung Berembun a couple of years ago, actually. It was an organized group hike, and we had a guide to show us the way and explain interesting facts about the area. The landscape was breathtaking, lush green valleys and crystal clear lakes. It was challenging, but we took it slow and enjoyed the journey. It was indeed an unforgettable experience.
That sounds amazing. I've never been to Gunung Merungkut. It must have been an exciting experience. Did you prepare for the trip?
Definitely. We checked the weather of a few days before starting the hike. Our guide emphasized the importance of pacing ourselves and staying hydrated to avoid sickness. It was a lot of preparation, but it made the hike much more enjoyable and safe. Have you thought about trying other hiking destinations?
Yes, I've been considering hiking in Kinabalu. It's my dream to trek there. I have a feeling that the scenery on top will be prettier than the one in the picture. I've read a lot about it, and it sounds like an incredible challenge and fascinating to me. I know it requires a lot of preparations and training, but I think it will be a life changing experience. I'm slowly building up my stamina and skills with smaller heights for now.
That's a fantastic goal, Nazim. Kinabalu is truly majestic and full of adventure. It's great that you're preparing gradually. Hiking is such a rewarding activity, offering not only physical benefits, but also mental clarity and a deep connection with nature. I hope you get to achieve your dream of hiking in Kinabalu soon.
Thank you, and I hope you get to continue your hiking adventures as well. There's so much to explore and enjoy in nature. Maybe our paths will cross on a trail one day.
Okay, so that is task two. And also, there is no goodbye. And one thing that I want to point out is if you look at them, they are hand gestures. So during the test, um, to make sure that you are not plagiarizing, so if possible, you have to be further away from your laptop to the point that we can see your hand, that you are not using your phone or anything, any other sources, books or notes, especially during the preparation time. Okay, so that is one thing that you have to take note of. Okay, so now it's your turn. I want to I want you to prepare with your partner for task two, and then, like before, I will call a pair or two after this to present their visual based description based on the same question as the example video just now. Okay, so I think you would have an easier time than in the test, but I will give you around 5 minutes to prepare for practice. Okay, but in your test it's only 1 minute. Okay, so 5 minutes to prepare now, and then after that you will talk for 3 minutes. Is that okay, everyone? Can you practice with your can you prepare with your partner now? Okay, all right, so see you in 5 minutes. Okay, time's up. All right. Can we have anyone from UITM Machang branch? Yasmin Hani?
Yeah, hello, Miss.
Okay, hi. Okay, would you like to try?
Yes, please. Me and my friend Grota Aini.
Okay, you may begin now.
Nini.
I would like to show you a picture. Can you describe the picture?
All right. So in the picture, I see a man and a woman in hiking gear. They must be a couple. Um, an athletic one for that, because they appear to be in the middle of nowhere, hiking towards the tip top of a mountain and surrounded by clouds and greens. They're probably hiking towards a camp. Maybe they plan to go on a camping trip. Those two sound those two activities sound really beneficial to their health. And it must be fun experiencing the gift of nature to humankind. By the way, Aini, have you done this activity before?
Not yet, since my dad won't allow me to do something that's dangerous. However, I really like to try something challenging. It is one of my dreams to do something like that. I will try to persuade him to give me the permission to try hiking. I really want to go there with you. I will inform you back if my dad gave me the permission. I hope you are willing to join me to go hiking.
Oh my god, really? I would love to. Thank you, Aini. I'll be looking forward to your response.
Okay. All right, thank you. Give them an applause for trying. All right. So I think okay, the beginning was quite okay, but it's just that it is too short, I'm afraid. Okay, because I think each of you only spoke for about 1 minute or 1 minute. 1 minute, yeah, around 1 minute. Okay, so like I said before, you have to keep talking, you have to maintain the conversation or hold the conversation, keep it going, even if you have never tried the activity before. First thing, you what one thing that you can do is you can pretend that you have tried it before. I know that you must have some background knowledge about hiking even if you have never tried it. Okay, but because you have to fulfill the 3 minutes time, then you would have to continue your conversation. So if let's say you don't want to pretend like you have hiked, then do what I mean, talk about what you want to do or what you would do if one day you were to go hiking. Okay, and that way, yeah, I mean, even if it's just your imagination, you still have something to talk about. Okay, so there are two options: either you pretend that you did that, or you talk about your dreams to hike one day. Okay, for example, you can say, if I have the chance, I would like to go hiking on Mount Kinabalu. Okay, I heard that the scenery there is blah blah blah. Okay, I would be excited to buy new clothes or attire. I would love to find a good hiking boots. Okay, you can, there are still so many things that you can talk about, even if you have never. Can you see the slide? Sorry.
No, we can't.
Okay. Okay. Can you see it now? Okay.
Okay, yes.
Right. So even if you have never experienced anything that the question gives you, you can still have a conversation about it. I believe that you have a lot of background knowledge even on things that you have never tried before, so do not give up on the topic. Okay, and you have your timer on, so make sure you pay attention to your time. Okay, is there any other pair that would like to try? volunteer? Okay, Damia, you may begin now.
Um, Aisha, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So Aisha, I would like to show you a picture. Can you tell me what is actually happening in the picture?
In this picture, you can see there are two people hiking together with a beautiful scenery at the back. It is a bonding activity with our partner since hiking with a companion adds an extra layers of enjoyment to the outdoor experience. This scene is so beautiful since they enjoy their journey together, mirrored with winding hiking trails that are full of unexpected turns and, and breathtaking views. Have you done this activity before?
Oh yes, absolutely yes. I have done this before with my family. Once went to Bukit Panorama in Sungai Lebing, Kuantan, Pahang, and it was such a very uh, great experience for me. I get to see the view just like what we have in the picture, and gosh, it is so uh, good for me. All the stress that I felt and the burden that I have on my shoulders just lift off by seeing and appreciating the beautiful scenery. I think I would love to go there again with my family if I got to have a break or long break so that I can go there with my family or even my friends. So how about you? How about you, Aisha? Have you ever dreamed of going for a hiking somewhere with someone that you love or your loved ones?
Well, I've never go for a hike before, and I hope that I can experience it with my best friend. So as for me, I really want to go for a hike with my best friend, which is you. Since hiking with a best friend is an enriching experience that depends on our bond and can create a lasting memories that we can share our adventure with us transformed by a simple walk in nature into an exciting adventure together. Well, uh, we are in Kelantan. I think we can go for a hike at Gu- uh, at Bukit Salo, since it has a really beautiful scenery in the morning, so that we can spend our time together there. As we walk side by side, we will engage in meaningful conversation. We can share our story, our thoughts, and also we can took a beautiful picture together there.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, Aisha. I think we should go there together. But as for now, I don't think I have those full gear just like what they have in the pictures. But however, we could actually just go there by wearing something that is comfortable and suit for us to go for a hike. So I think, yeah, maybe we should have a schedule together once we have our semester break later.
Yes, we would like to do. Yes, I would like to do so. So thank you, dear.
Thank you, Yasha.
Okay, thank you. Very good. Give them an applause. All right. Okay. So I believe that I think you did well. Okay. There is no long pauses, and then I think you talk a lot about the experience or your future plan to go hiking. Okay. So this is a good example. Okay. Thank you. All right. Let's now proceed to task 3. Can you see the slide now?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
okay, thank you. All right, now we will begin with task 3, the last one, which is opinion-based exchange. This might require a little bit more thinking than the previous two tasks. Okay, So, what is an opinion exchange? It's a discussion where individuals share their personal views on a specific topic. It involves listening to others' perspectives, expressing your own perspectives, and responding to the ideas presented. Okay, so you and your friend, your partner, will exchange an opinion about a certain topic. So, the goal is to understand different viewpoints, but not necessarily to reach a consensus. It's not a discussion whereby you have to choose the best point. No, it's not that. You are just sharing your opinion or point of view without having to compare which one is better and which one is not a good idea. Okay. So this is the sample question. Mm, you will be given a diagram with four main points, and each of you will have to choose two and elaborate both points. Okay, so the prompt given to you is if you take hiking as your pastime activity, how do you prepare for it? Now, during the preparation time, you are allowed to discuss with your partner. Okay, which one would you choose? I mean, candidate A will take which point? What about candidate B? Which point are you going to take? Okay, and elaborate. So you cannot elaborate the same point. You have to decide. So 2 minutes is given to you, and you are allowed to write down your points on a piece of paper. But you are not allowed to refer to other resources like internet and so on. Okay, so what happens in the 4 minutes is after candidate A asks the questions, candidate B will elaborate one point. Okay, if you ask me, I would rather have you elaborate one point and then pass to candidate A. Candidate A will maybe give his or her opinion a little about candidate B's point, and then continue to elaborate his own point, the first one. Okay, and then later on, candidate B can talk about and elaborate his second point, and after that, candidate A elaborates his second point. Okay, so it's not a set. How do I say this? Is there is no strict order of you. I mean, how do you take turns and whatnot? But avoid presenting. Do it like a presentation. Okay, no, it's not a presentation. It is still a conversation. That's why I would rather have each of you, to take one by one. I mean, present the points. Not present. Talk about the points one by one. Candidate B and then candidate A, candidate B and then candidate A. You take turns like that. Okay, and you can even insert some small talks in the middle, okay, some comments about the other person's main point and whatnot, because it is a conversation. Okay. All right. Just make sure that it does not look or it does not sound like a presentation, because it's still a dialogue. It is still an exchange, a conversation between the two of you. It's just that the topic has got a little more serious, okay? But you are given the main points, so I think there shouldn't be any problem in elaborating. Okay, just think of this like writing your essay. When you write your essay, you have two or three main points, and for each main point you have to find supporting details. You have to elaborate. So this is what you are doing. But the points are already given to you. You just have to elaborate them. Okay, so I think 2 minutes is enough for you to decide which points you are going to take or elaborate, and then to jot down some points, apa ni, some details about the main points that you are going to elaborate. Okay, am I clear here? Am I going too fast?
No, madam.
Okay. Okay, so what do we do once you get the assigned points to you? How do you elaborate them? Sometimes you are lost. You don't know what to say. Okay, so when you choose the points, maybe you can discuss with your friends. If you have nothing or you don't have any idea about point number 3, so maybe you can ask the other candidate to take that point. Okay, so be considerate to each other. Okay, but you have the freedom to do so. and the chance to do so during the 2 minutes time. So one of the ways to elaborate a point. Okay, first, you have to state the main idea in a complete sentence. Like when you write your essay, you have a topic sentence. So it's the same in speaking. State your main idea first in a complete sentence. Okay, make sure your sentence is clear and concise. Use the exact phrase given to you in the diagram. You do not change the keyword yet. You just state the main idea first as it is. Okay, but in a full sentence. Okay, if you still remember, full sentence must have subject, predicate, and whatnot. Of course, it's a bit more lenient in speaking, but still make sure you don't forget the main idea. And then next, you can explain the terms or phrases used in the main idea, even though your listener, your partner might already know what the term is, but you can still give a definition, okay, for a term that is in your main idea. So that is one supporting detail that you can actually include in your speaking, okay, or especially if the terms are complex or ambiguous, the meaning is a bit you are unsure of the meaning, so that's that even this kind of terms require a definition. Okay, but if you do not know the definition, the exact definition, if you do not know the synonym, then maybe explain in a longer sentence. Okay, there is always a way to explain a word even if you do not know the exact synonym of it. Okay. Lastly, is to support with relevant details. You can use examples, personal experiences, facts, or other details to substantiate the point. Okay, I think it's better if I show you an example. Okay, let's look at this one. The topic is benefits of social awareness campaigns. You know social awareness campaigns, right? Okay, if it's a campaign, then there can be many activities under the campaign. Okay, so one main idea is personal growth and skill development. Okay, uh, let's say this is the main idea, the first main idea. So you have to state the main idea in a complete sentence. So firstly, the main benefit of social awareness campaigns is you can expose yourself to many opportunities for personal growth and skill development. This looks similar to your topic sentence, right? So this is also what you can do in your speaking, because in speaking or in writing, you have to make yourself clear. Okay. Second step, on the same main point, okay, you have to explain the subpoints or terms used in the main idea. You can give definition, you can break down any complex or ambiguous terms or phrases to make sure everyone's on the same page. But of course, to do this, you first must understand the keyword. So when you choose the main point, bear in mind that if you don't understand this point, then do not take it. Okay, try to negotiate with your partner. Okay, so this is what continues after, this is what comes after your main point in the previous slide. Okay, here what I mean by personal growth. Okay, if you still remember your first slide, the main idea is to expose yourself to many opportunities for personal growth and skill development. Okay, so you are defining here. Here, what I mean by personal growth is the improvement of one's character. You also have the opportunity for skill development when you have the chances to acquire new abilities or refine the existing ones. Okay, so you give two definition here so that your listener understand what you mean by personal growth and skill development. So this on its own is also already a good point, a good elaboration. Okay, so the third step is to support with relevant details, further elaboration. Okay, you can back up your point with examples, personal experiences, facts, or other details. It's like adding colors to your argument, making it more convincing. You can also relate it to your own personal experience if you have any idea. Okay. Well, for instance, organizing a blood donation awareness event can enhance project management skills. This is because this involves your skills to plan, coordinate, and execute an event successfully. So that is enough to further support your main point. Then maybe you would do some kind of a conclusion. So this is why I say that social awareness campaigns allows us to go back to main point to have opportunities for personal growth and skill development. Okay, so your elaboration of one main point is complete. Okay, it does not have to be very long because you have four main points. Okay. All right. Now let's look at another example. The goal here is to present a clear and compelling argument or discussion that's easy for everyone to understand and engage with. Okay, so what happens next is you can ask the other candidates' opinion. So what do you think? What is the benefit of social awareness campaigns? And then candidate B would further continue by elaborating his main point, okay, that he got, which is understanding and empathy. Okay, I want you to read this on your own. Okay, done. All right, this is a good elaboration of the second main point. Why do I say that? Because the topic is benefits of social awareness campaigns, and the main point is understanding and empathy. If you look at the explanation, the definition of social issues is given because the main point is understanding and empathy towards different social issues and communities. Okay, so this person defined social issues, which are the common problems that affect many people within a specific society or a community, and further explain what does that mean. People living in the same place or having a particular characteristic tend to be exposed to social issues related to their children, family members, and their neighbors. Okay, and then example. Let me give you an example. For people living in the flood areas, many of them live below the poverty line with all sorts of issues. By working directly, is related to social awareness campaign. So through social awareness campaign, you are working directly with these disadvantaged communities, and we can gain first-hand experience of social issues and find a way to help them out. This can help encourage social empathy and sensitivity, not just in you, but also to other people. So you use the elaboration to connect between social awareness campaigns and how it helps you to have understanding and empathy towards different social issues and communities. So this is a good elaboration. Now, if this is a writing, this would be an excellent paragraph because the supporting details are connecting or are showing you the connection between social awareness campaigns and how it makes you have understanding and empathy towards different social issues and communities. So just like your writing, you will develop your supporting details using or by connecting your topic and your main point. Okay? Am I clear? Do you understand what I'm saying? Anyone? Okay, so this is another example. Okay, look at the main idea. So benefits of social awareness campaigns. Main idea, civic responsibility. Okay. So the sentence. All right. Let me continue with the third benefit of social awareness campaigns. Mm, these campaigns can encourage civic engagement and responsibility among people in the society. And this sounds a little bit formal. You can remove let me continue to. Okay, you can use, I think another benefit of, you can go a little bit informal if it's a conversation, but if it's an essay, this would be okay. Okay, these campaigns can encourage civic engagement and responsibility among people in the society. Okay. So, definition of civic engagement is given. We can have a true civic engagement. Why? Because in the main idea, the keyword used is civic engagement, okay, or civic responsibility is the same thing. We can have a true civic engagement when we work hard to make a difference in the community. We also set ourselves as a good role model in encouraging the people to come with us and shoulder the social responsibilities together. Okay, details or examples, I would say that when we participate in social awareness programs, again, that is the topic, right? The benefit. When we participate in social awareness programs, we are also setting an example to instill a sense of civic and public duty. We can live peacefully. What happens? The benefit is when you do the social awareness campaign, you are showing example to instill a sense of civic and public duty, and therefore you can live peacefully as a civic-minded member of the society. Surely, activities like neighborhood cleanups or weekly gatherings can create a sense of shared understanding of everyone's role among the community members. This is an example. Okay, so complete elaboration of the third main point. Okay. So can we do task 3? Do you think you can do task 3 well? I mean, do you think you can elaborate the main point well? Because that's what we are going to do now. Okay. Mm. Okay, let's do this together first. Okay, the topic is benefits of social awareness campaigns, and the main point given is sense of belonging or sense of belongingness. Okay, so do you understand the term? Do you have any idea about the term? Okay, last but not least, I would say that volunteering in community awareness events will, any volunteer to finish that sentence? Anyone? Will what? Yes, I cannot see the comment. Can you speak? Can you see the slide?
You can turn on the microphone to respond to the questions.
Yeah, because I cannot read your comment right now. I'm looking at the slide only. Anyone would like to try? Finish the sentence? No? Should I call names then?
Okay, if let's say you want to write the answer, to complete the sentence, you may write it in the chat box. I will read it for Miss Fatiha. Just in case you're very shy to speak, you may write your response in the chat box.
Anyone? Yes, Amirul.
Last but not least, I would say that volunteering in community awareness events will allow you to make new friends and forge new bonds.
Okay, thank you. All right, but don't forget the keyword sense of belonging. That one needs to be included as a part of your sentence. Okay, thank you. So last but not least, I would say that volunteering in community awareness events will let you create new friends and form new bonds, and which will give you a sense of belongingness. Okay, so let's move on to the next sentence. Wait a minute. Okay, explanation. So you can give definition. So now, I think the right term to define here is sense of belonging. Okay, maybe you want to define this. Okay, does anyone want to try to give the definition for this term? Anyone? Or should we just look at the answer? Okay. Okay. So the word sense of belongingness is not new to us. It's the human emotional need to be accepted and to be a member of a group, whether it is family, friends, co-workers, or a sports team. Humans have this natural desire to belong and be an important part of something greater than themselves. So this is the definition of sense of belongingness. Okay. uh, which will make your partner understand the term better. Okay, and then you can give further details, examples or elaborations. As people say, humans are social beings. What does it mean by social beings? We live and we socialize. Okay, we don't live alone. So if we participate in a neighborhood cleanup activity, not only, okay, again, a neighborhood cleanup activity is a part of social awareness campaign. So you can see that this person relate the topic to the main point. Okay, if we participate in a neighborhood cleanup activity, not only can it improve the local environment, but also strengthen the community bonds. Okay, as we work together for a common goal to make our residential area a peaceful and livable one, we can also feel more deeply connected to our community. That is sense of belongingness. Okay, eventually this can promote a sense of belongingness. So it perfectly summarizes the main idea, okay, by connecting the social awareness campaigns to sense of belongingness. Okay, do you think you can do this during your test? Boleh? It does not have to be as excellent as this, but you get the idea. Okay, for you to this is the formula: main idea, one sentence, and then explanation, maybe give a definition or just elaborate the term. Okay, and then further details. Remember the 3 steps. So that would make you have a direction, that will give a direction for you how to develop your main point. Okay, if not, you will be lost, or maybe your sentences will not be as organized as this. Okay, so I think for this one you can do a lot of practices. This is also useful for your essay. Okay, this will also help you for your writing. So do a lot of exercises, choose a lot of topics, do brainstorming with your partner. 4 points, each take 2 points, and try to write the elaborations for each point. Then you can do that to practice for your speaking. Or if you think that you like general knowledge, then you can find online the essay topics, topics that are possible to be not possible, but any topics. Okay, find the 4 points, okay, and find the elaboration, read. Okay, at least you have a knowledge, general knowledge that you can maybe remember and use when you do your speaking test. Okay. Don't forget to take turn. Like I said before, do not present 2 points at one turn, in one turn. No. Okay, take turn like a conversation. Remember, it's still a dialogue. Okay, so let's look at a sample. Listen carefully on how they elaborate each point and how they take turn. Miss Yani, can you please copy the third link? Thank you.
If you take hiking as your pastime activity, how do you prepare it? How do you prepare for it?
Well, the first thing I would do is pack all the essential items. You need to make sure you have enough water, snacks, a map or GPS, a first aid kit, and appropriate clothing. I always double check my backpack to ensure.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's look at the question again in case you forgot. I'm sorry. Should have. Okay, so this is the question. How do you prepare for hiking? Pack essential items, start a hiking workout, find a hiking buddy, and find information about the weather and location. So now let's look at the video. Okay.
I would like to show you a picture. What is happening?
Okay.
If you take hiking as your pastime activity, how do you prepare it? How do you prepare for it?
Well, the first thing I would do is pack all the essential items. You need to make sure you have enough water, snacks, a map or GPS, a first aid kit, and appropriate clothing. I always double check my backpack to ensure I have everything I might need for the hike. And of course, having good, sturdy hiking boots is a must. What about you? How do you prepare for hiking?
That sounds really thorough. For me, the first step is finding information about the weather and location. I always check the weather forecast to avoid any surprises like sudden rain or extreme temperatures. Knowing the terrain and trail conditions is crucial too. I read trail reviews and maps to get a sense of what to expect. Have you ever been caught off guard by the weather?
Oh, yes. Once, I went hiking and didn't expect a sudden drop in temperature. I ended up really cold because I didn't pack enough layers. That's why checking the weather is such good advice. Another thing I would do is start a hiking workout a few weeks before a big hike. It helps build stamina and strength. I usually go for long walks, do some strength training, and include uphill walking if I can. It makes a big difference. Do you do any specific workouts before hiking?
Definitely. Building stamina is so important. But another thing I prioritize is finding a hiking buddy. You know, a friend. Hiking with someone else is not only more fun, but it's also safer. We can help each other out if anything goes wrong. And it's always nice to have someone to share the experience with. Plus, it keeps me motivated. Have you ever hiked alone?
I have, but I do have to agree with you. Having a buddy is so much better. There's just something about sharing the beauty of nature with someone else that makes the experience richer. And for safety, it's a big plus. Sometimes, when I can't find a friend to join, I look for local hiking groups. Have you ever tried joining any hiking groups?
Yes, I've joined a few local hiking groups. It's a great way to meet new people who share the same interests and discover new trails that I might not have known about. Plus, more experienced hikers can give you tips and tricks. It's a win-win. And speaking of preparing, I also make sure to inform someone about my plans. I let a family member or friend know where I'll be hiking and my expected return times. It's a simple step, but it gets an extra layer of security. Have you ever had to use any of your emergency items for hiking?
Luckily, I haven't had any major emergencies yet, but I did once need my first aid kit when a friend of mine twisted her ankle. Having those supplies really helped us manage the situation until we could get back. Informing someone about your plans is such a smart idea, actually. I need to get better at doing that consistently. It's always better to be safe than sorry, right? Your preparation tips are really solid. I might start incorporating some of them into my routine.
Thanks, and I'm definitely going to focus more on my pre-hiking workouts. Your tips are great too. It's all about making the experience as enjoyable and safe as possible. Happy hiking preparations!
Absolutely. Happy hiking to you too.
Okay. There are goodbyes. Why? Because now the conversation has ended, so you can say see you soon. Okay, I gotta go now. That's up to you. You can end the conversation appropriately. Okay, so one thing to point out is as you can see, they do not sound as rigid as the paragraphs before. Okay, because like I said, it's still a dialogue, so you can have it in a way like you are conversing, you are having a conversation despite having the points given to you. Okay, so do not stress too much. Okay, even in the video, I think the points are less formal and less serious than the example that I have shown you before. Okay, so this is also okay. Like I said before, we want to see whether you can maintain or you can hold up a conversation until the end of the 4 minutes. Okay, and then whether you can elaborate the point that are given to you well or not. Okay, so yeah. Okay, now general tips for your assessment. Okay, wait, I don't think we have enough time to practice task 3. Okay, you can do that with your lecturer since we only have 10 minutes left. Okay, so what I want to talk about now is about your uh, not scoring, but how to score in this assessment. Okay, so these are the things that we will look at when when the examiners assess you. Okay, first we want to see whether you are able to interact with spontaneity. Why do I say it's spontaneous? Because you are only given 1 or 2 minutes to prepare, so that is not a planned or scripted interaction. So but if you can do it well, so it means that you can interact spontaneously. Okay, and you will get a good mark in that aspect. Okay, we also would like to see whether you can describe your experiences and describe and explain with ease. Okay, do you have difficulties in describing things or in explaining? If you don't have difficulties, you'll probably get a good mark for this. Okay, if not, then vice versa. Okay, and then good grammatical control is important, but not as important as the first two. Okay, you can make mistakes. It's okay. Nobody is perfect in their grammar, but make sure that the mistake does not lead to misunderstanding. Okay, when you use a word, if it's not too serious, the error is not too bad, it is still okay. Don't worry. You don't have to have perfect grammar. Okay, in this assessment, we look at your fluency more than your accuracy. Okay, so fluency is more important than whether your grammar is perfect or not. Bear that in mind. Okay. So don't worry too much about whether you have grammatical errors in your sentence or not. Just move on, okay, to the next sentence. Do not repeat the same word too much. We would like to see that you have a wide range of vocabulary or not. Okay, so when you are describing or you are elaborating, try to avoid repetition. If you can, try to use not the same word, but try to use synonyms for the same meaning. Okay, if before this you use benefits, and then in the next sentence you might want to use advantages. Okay, examples. Okay, again, fluency over accuracy, and minimize long pauses to ease understanding. So if you are stuck, you have a pause, then maybe the other candidate try to fill in. Okay, help your friend. If you can either elaborate something or say something, or you can ask, do you mean this, blah blah blah, or are you trying to say this? That is a way to help your partner if he or she is stuck. Okay, so these 5 things are the things that you have to remember when you want to score. I have taught you the strategies to answer, to build the sentences, and then overall, pay attention to these 5 tips as well. Okay, so that's it. Lastly, the do's and don'ts related to your assessment test. As you know, it's an online discussion. Okay, so you will do it online. You will have to be in separate places because it's an online meeting. Okay, so you are not sitting together, and you have to make sure that the environment during the test is like how you would have in any other online meetings. Okay, which means it has to be in a quiet place. You have to be in a proper attire. Okay, your devices have to be working. Okay, and then you have a mic. Like I said before, the distance between you and the screen must be appropriate because we are looking whether you are plagiarizing or not. So the do's and don'ts. Okay, let's talk about the don'ts first. Do not refer to any sources while preparing, such as the internet or notes. Even the notes from today is not allowed to be used during the test. You can study them before the test, but during the test, you have nothing except your pen and blank paper. Okay. Make sure no one else is listening to you due to the confidentiality of the assessment. So if possible, do not put the meeting on loudspeaker. Okay, use your headphones or earphones. Okay, do not be in the same room as your partner. Okay, it's supposed to be online meeting. You are supposedly in a different place. So do not be in the same room as your partner. Besides, the sound will echo. Okay, and the do's, make sure to sit a little further from the computer. Test your devices before the assessment. You have a lot of time to do practices. So while you do your practices, test your device, test your Wi-Fi connection, and so on. Okay, and you are allowed to write your points down. The one is, yeah. Okay, any question? Is there any question? 5 minutes before 4.
No, madam.
Okay. You can write down your question if you want to.
Is there any question? Do you have any question? Okay, I guess that everyone has clearly understood or have gained a lot of information from the session just now. Okay, so I guess no question, yeah? Any question?
No.
Okay, so no. Okay, so thank you very much to our speaker, Miss Wanirul Fatihah Wan Ismail from UITM Perak Branch Tapah Campus for that informative presentation and sharing session. And we hope that all participants, all students have gained a lot of insights and information from this session. And we hope that you can score well, okay, and do your best during the speaking assessment. Okay, so before we end our session, we would like you to fill up your attendance. Okay, I have I have shared the link for attendance, and also we have evaluation. Okay, that we want you to respond. Okay, regarding the webinar. Okay, and now I would like everyone to turn on your camera for a group photo session. Okay, can you please turn on your camera? Yeah, I can see David. Can you please turn on your camera, David? Irdina, Aisyah Mardia. Yeah, everyone, please turn on your camera. I hope you're still here in front of the laptop. You're still here with us. Can you please switch on your camera? Turn on your camera, please.
We need more cameras on.
Uh-huh. Okay, thank you, Aisyah. Okay, how about others? Nordia, Wan Nur Ain Mardia, Siti Nur Zahira. We have Tengku Nur Marsha, Tuan Alisa. Please switch on your camera. Okay, Madam Shazlin, or
I think it's the internet connection as well.
okay, all right. Thank you for those who have turned on your camera. I think Madam Raja, are you ready to?
Done. Thank you.
Okay. Right. So with that, I think that's the end of our session today. We would like to we would like to express our gratitude to our speaker, Miss Wanirul Fatihah, and all students. Okay, and thank you to our to the lecturers from UITM Kelantan branch Macang campus. And the students for attending our webinar today. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Miss.
Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Miss.
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 You're welcome.